Hey everyone, today's video is something that you guys have been requesting for me for a while, and I'm finally going to be doing it today. I'm going to be trying almost a full face of Victoria Beckham Beauty. Now, I have been wanting to try this brand out for a really long time, but she is so expensive. Hopefully, I like the majority of these products because, like I said, it is very expensive. Before we get into today's video, if you're new here, hi, my name is April. I hope you would consider subscribing to my channel, and if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Now let's jump into it. I'm going to start with my eyes first. I did prime them. Everything that I used off camera I will have in the description box in case you would like to know. I can't find my headband. I just had it and now I don't know where it's at. So I'm just going to leave my hair like this. I did cut it and I absolutely love it. I kind of wish I went a little bit shorter, but next time I go back I'll cut it more shorter. So for eyes, I did get this eye wardrobe. It's the multi-finish palette refill. I got it in the color olive. I also got the compact. You can get just the refill if you want to, but I wanted to go ahead and get a compact for one at least. So if you get the compact and the eyeshadow palette, it is $75. If you get the refill, like the eyeshadow refill, it's $50, and then for the compact it's $25. I already got my finger dug into it by accident, but that is what the color looks like. This is what the compact looks like, and then the back, it's pretty heavy, not obnoxious though. And then this is the mirror, and then this is where you put the eyeshadow. I'm just gonna go ahead and place the eyeshadow palette in there, and then ta-da. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm just gonna do an easy simple look. I'm gonna start with this brown shade, and then I'm gonna use this darker green, and then I'll use this green in the outer half, and then this lighter green in the inner half. Real quick, I do want to show you, I did get some kick up. It's not completely bad, but I just wanted to go ahead and let you guys know there is some kick up in this. Okay guys, and this is what the eyeshadow is looking like. I like the way the look came out. Do I absolutely love it? No, not really. I do wish I was able to get my hands on the purple eyeshadow quad, because I feel like I would have liked that a little bit more, but overall it's not bad. Now I will say there was quite a bit of kick up. It wasn't obnoxious, but for $75 I feel like there shouldn't be that much kick up in the pad, so just keep that in mind. I do wish this was a little bit more punchier. I like this lighter shade of the green more than this darker green, but I did get a good eye look from it. So yeah, it's fine. It's just I don't think I would spend the whole $75 again on one of these. Well, no, I take that back. I do want to get my hands on the purple one, but I think once I do, I would not purchase any more just because they are a little pricey. And I would only repurchase the refill, not the actual compact. Since I already have the compact, I don't need another one. So let's go ahead and move on to the face. She didn't have any primers that I know of. I didn't see any. I don't have any primer on. I'm not gonna put no primer on, and I did put a little bit of skincare on today. All I did was I used I cleaned my face, and then I did go in with my Alamus pads, and then I went in with this Belief moisturizing eye balm. Just looks like this, and then I did put a little bit of moisturizer on. I did use the Tula 24/7 moisture hydrating day and night cream, which also looks like this. So very little of these two products, only because the tint, I think that's what it's called, from her, the foundation drops, that's what they're called. It says luminous light coverage with TFC 8. This was by, I guess, Augustina Spader. This has skincare in it, and when you put your own skincare with foundation or any type of tint, whatever, that has skincare, it kind of doesn't go good. So I personally don't like any type of foundation or skin tint that has skincare, so hopefully this goes good. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and put just a little bit of skincare just because my face was feeling a little bit dry. So I'm gonna go ahead, take this out, and then I am gonna use a new brush. I have been dying to use this brush, and I heard something like this works really well for this type of product. I am talking about the Morphe M109 foundation. It's just a paddle brush that looks like this. So that is what we're going to use today. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm actually going to put some of the product on this spatula here, and then we will get the product from there. This is pretty small. The bristles are pretty short. I wasn't expecting the bristles to be that short, so hopefully I like this. I did get the color 3 Fair Light. There wasn't many options to choose from, and when I was testing out some of the colors, because I did get this in person, some of the products I got online and some of the other products I got in store, like at a Nordstrom's, they didn't have very many foundations to choose from, and then the ones that I was sampling, they either were too light or too dark, and I feel like the next one up from this was going to be too dark for me, so I just went ahead and stayed with this color. Like I said, I'm going to shake it. It does sound pretty liquidy in there, so I'm going to go ahead and put some on this spatula. I'm just going to do about that much. It is pretty runny, and then I'm going to get the spatula and just get the product. Ooh, that is thin. I'm trying to even the brush with product, and then we'll go ahead put it on this side. So yeah, for me, I feel like this looks pretty peachy. Oh, you know what I should have did? I should have got a sponge, a damp sponge. Yeah, I don't love this shade on me. I mean, it looks fine on camera, but in person, I don't love it. So it is pretty light coverage. It has a little bit more coverage than I thought it was going to have, which personally for me, I do like a medium buildable coverage. But yeah, this is looking pretty nice so far. This brush too, this flat brush, it's not bad. So yeah, this is giving me light coverage, but it does have more coverage than I thought it was gonna have. And that is what it looks like. So you definitely can see my redness peeking through. This is with the product and this is without the product. I mean, it's nice. I forgot to mention the price. It's $110. So for the price, do I think it's worth it? Probably not. Because like I said, I do like a little bit more coverage, but it's not bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, thank gosh. But let me go ahead and do the other side, and then I'm probably going to see if I can build it up a little bit more. Okay, the foundation is on. I did try to build it up a little bit more right here in the parts where I have the redness. It did build up a little bit more, but it still does have light coverage. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like I mentioned, the color is a little off. It is a little too pink now that I'm looking on camera. I feel like my face looks lighter than my body, so maybe I should have went up a shade, but I can always add like bronzing drops to this. So this is what my face is looking like. It doesn't look bad on camera. In person, I just feel like it doesn't have the coverage that I like. And then the color. Those are the two main things. And for how expensive this is, I would say definitely no. Yeah, it's fine. It's definitely not worth the $110. It doesn't look drying on my skin or anything like that. It does feel a little tacky still. But I am gonna set it down with a little bit of powder. Actually, before I do that, I forgot I did buy the concealer. So let's go ahead and put the concealer on before I add a little bit of powder. I did pick up the concealer, and I don't know why I did this because I feel like I'm not gonna like this. This is again the Victoria Beckham by Augustine Bader, the concealer pen. I did get mine in the color FL1. I feel like this is gonna be too light, so we will see. Let's just go ahead and try it. Let me take it out. This reminds me of the YSL Touche Éclat concealer pen. Remember how that looked? So it just looks like this, and then you push the button. So I'm gonna go ahead and push the button, get some product out. Okay, finally got some product out. Holy cow, that took forever. And then I'm just gonna use my dry sponge. I really wish I would have wet my brush, but I mean my sponge, but that's okay, it works fine. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and put some of the product. Should I put this? Yeah, I'm gonna put it directly on my eyes. I was like, should I put it like on the back of the spatula? So yeah, this is way too light for me, but we're gonna make it work. I wish I would have just went with my gut and got a darker shade, but the colors just look off for me for some reason. I definitely feel like I pumped out too much. I have quite a bit of product. Okay, so hopefully it stays there and I could use that again. And then I'm just going to use my sponge and blend this out. Oh yeah, look at how light that is. It's okay, we're just going to have to bronze the skin. I feel like I'm getting more coverage with the concealer than I did with the foundation. I can't believe how light this is. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys tried anything from this brand, and did you feel like the colors were a little bit off? Because I definitely feel like the colors are a little off. Yeah, this is definitely way too light for me, bro. What was I thinking? Let me go ahead and get a brush real quick to see if I can blend it out first with the brush, and then I'll use the sponge. Okay, I'm just going to use this Angie Hot and Flashy BK Beauty A506. I'm not sure if it already passed, but this is going to be 50% off during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. Definitely pick one up. I love this brush. I will not pick up another one even though I wanted to, but yeah, definitely if you haven't tried this brush, now is the time to get it. Okay, so I think it blended out better with a brush like this. Again, this concealer doesn't have a whole lot of coverage. I feel like I would like this concealer a little bit more if it wasn't so light for me, but overall it doesn't look bad. I kind of think I like the concealer more than the foundation, if I'm gonna be honest. I just wish I had it in another color, but wow, I can't believe how light I am looking. I cannot wait to put some bronzer on. Okay, I have powder on and I feel like it looks a little bit better with the powder on. However, the color is throwing me off. So let's not pay attention to that. Before we move on to face again, I did forget, I did buy a couple more eye products. I did get 3 of the Victoria Beckham. These are the Satin KAJAL Jewel Liners. Oh, I got 1 jewel and I think 2 mattes. Yeah, two satin KAJAL liners and then 1 satin KAJAL jewel liner. I'll go ahead and open them up so you guys can see what they look like. Sorry, I'm looking out my window. There's people walking in. I hope they cannot see me. So this first one is in the color Cocoa, and this is the just regular one, I guess. It does have a brush on the other side. I'll probably never use the brush. We'll probably use this one today for the waterline, but it's that one right there. And then the other one I have is in the color Black, and that's the regular one. And then the jewel one I have is in the color Smoky Quartz. Now that I'm remembering, it's been a while since I picked up these products. They've been sitting here waiting for me to use them on camera with you guys. That's the black one. These are pretty creamy. I am gonna let these sit on my hand to see once they dry a little bit, to see if they move like when I go like that. Test that part out. I do have really watery watery waterline. So it's really hard to find eyeliner that stays in my waterline, and that is Smoky Quartz. Will that go with this eye look? Maybe. I might use that. We'll see. And then I did pick up one of these Lid Luster's crystal infused eyeshadow in the color Mink. I forgot I was going to use this on one side of my eye, but that's okay. I'll use this in another video. This is what the packaging looks like. And then that is what the color looks like. It's just a pretty smoky one. I'm not going to swatch it because, like I said, I forgot to use it today. So we will use it maybe in another video. Let's go ahead and put one of these eyeliners in the waterline. Like I said, I'm going to try the one in Smoky Quartz first, which is this one. Forgot what side is what. And then let's just go ahead and put it in the waterline. Ooh, that does look really pretty. I think what I'm going to do is off camera, I'm going to put the black on the top just to test it out for you guys, but that does look really pretty. I like that color. That looks really good with this. So let me go ahead and do the other side, and then let me add the black to the top, and then I have mascara. Okay, real quick, because I hear the gardeners outside. I actually had to take a pause and I forgot where I left off. So real quick, I do want to let you guys know, off camera I did my eyebrows because I didn't buy any eyebrow products. I just am not an eyebrow person, and I'm not going to spend that amount of money on eyebrow products. So that I didn't get. I also didn't get the eyewear, I believe it's called, like the eyeshadow stick. I was thinking about getting it, but I just was like, you know what, I'm probably not going to use it. I was already paying a lot of money for the products that I did buy, so I decided to skip out on that. And then I also decided to skip out on the instant brightening water pencil. I already have, you know, the KAJAL waterline, whatever you want to use it for, pencil, so I skipped out on that one as well. And then I did get a free sharpener, I think. I don't know if it's free. I think it was free, but I got this. Now I am going to do mascara. I did get the Future Lash mascara. This says it's smudge free lifting mascara. They had two different options. I wasn't sure which one to get. So I just went ahead and got this one because I heard that everybody really liked this one over the other one that they had to offer. The other one is in white packaging and it's smaller than this, but I did go ahead and get this, and I kind of feel like I would have liked the other one better, but we will see. I'll go ahead and give this one a try. Let me go ahead and put my hair behind my ear. This is what the wand looks like. I don't really like these types of wands, these little skinny wands, but and then it has like a kind of like a curve to it. I don't know if you could tell right there, but let me go ahead and put this on my eyes. I'm just gonna move the wand back and forth because I don't know what it's gonna give me. Okay, so this is what the mascara is looking like just on this eye right here. This is one coat. Don't mind the inner corner. I got some on the bottom a little bit, but so far it's not bad. I'm gonna have to test it out some more, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye, and then I'm gonna come back to this eye and do a second coat, and then we will see how that looks. Real quick though, before I do the rest of my mascara, I am gonna see if these smudge. So yeah, they moved a little bit. I'm not sure if I did it too soon, but I feel like I've been here for a while already. So that is how that is. So we will see, like I said, once I get the rest of my makeup on, how it wears. I will leave some notes down below. Mascara is on. For now, I think it's okay. It's not my favorite, but I do gotta keep on testing it out some more, so I'll get back to you on this. Real quick, I do want to let you guys know, I put that KAJAL eyeliner in my waterline and it has completely faded. I don't know if it's because it's the jewel one, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the cocoa shade, which is the brown one, in there to see if maybe that will stay better. But yeah, the jewel one did not stay. It's already transferred. So let me go ahead and put this brown one on. So we will see if this brown one stays on better, but the other one, the jewel tone one, definitely transferred away. Now let's go ahead and put some color into this face because I am looking like a freaking ghost. So for bronzer, I did pick up one of the matte bronzing brick. I just got the refill. I didn't get the package for it. I got it in 02 Soleil and Honey, I believe that's the colors. They did have a contour stylist. I didn't get that just because it's $40 and that I probably would have went through fast, so I didn't bother picking that up. But we will try the powder bronzer. Let me if I could get it out of the packaging. And then again, it comes in one of these little refill cases, and then this is what it looks like. I do like a warm tone bronzer. I'm just gonna mix the two together to see what I get. Let me go ahead and grab a brush. Oh, I almost dropped the brush on top of the product. And then I'm just gonna start with the lighter one and then kind of just go back and forth. Again, this is pretty powdery. Where's my brush? And then I'm just gonna tap off whatever's excess. Move my hair. Ooh, that looks pretty. I will blend this out, so don't worry about that. Now this does look a little warm, but like I said, I do like a warm bronzer. I'm gonna just try to bronze as much as I can on my face because like I said, I'm looking pretty ghostly looking. Sorry if you could hear that background noise. There's nothing I could do about that. But that is what it's looking like. Let me go ahead and blend it with the dual fiber brush. I was about to call it a spoolie. So far I do like this bronzer. It does look really nice. It gave me some color back into my skin. I'm just gonna kind of blend this, that way my face doesn't look too white. But yeah, so far I do like the bronzer. I totally forgot that I had cream products and I powdered, so hopefully it doesn't lift up the products that I have underneath. But I do have a cheeky blush. It's actually called the Cheeky Posh Cream Blush Stick. I got mine in the color Playground. So if it lifts up whatever I have underneath it, it's fine. It was my fault. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna put some in the back of my hand and then pick it up with the brush first before I go directly onto my skin. That is what the color looks like. Let me go ahead and swatch it so you guys can see. Ooh, that is pretty warm. Hopefully that color does okay for me. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a brush. So I'm just gonna add some product, like I said, in the back of my hand. And then I'm gonna go in with the brush. Hopefully it picks up. Oh yeah, it picked up product. And then put it on my cheeks. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just get some on my brush like this. And then put some more, but so far that doesn't look bad. Actually, I'm gonna leave it like that because I could definitely see it on camera. Let me just, whatever I picked up on the brush, I'm gonna put it on this side. This is what the blush is looking like. Actually, that doesn't look bad at all. I like it both applying it in the back of my hand or just getting the brush and putting it in the product. I think I need a little bit more though on this side. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna add a little bit more to the back of my hand like that, and then take it with the brush and then add some more. But either way, it just depends the way you like to put on the blush. But that is a pretty blush. I think I want to go back and get another one, maybe a darker one. I'm gonna have to play around with it some more, but yeah, so far that does look really pretty. Okay, so now let's go ahead and talk about highlighter. For highlighter, I did get the Victoria Beckham Reflect highlighter stick. I got it in the color Pearl. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they have 2 different shades. Oh yeah, before I forget, they do have a color wash, like I guess for the cheeks and the lips. I didn't get that because I knew I wasn't gonna use a product like that. I just don't go for products like that, so I skipped out on that one. This is what the packaging looks like. This looks really pretty. So I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do, that is what the color looks like. I'm just gonna get some on my finger And I'm just going to put some on my finger, get it warmed up. Ooh, that is pretty. And then I'm gonna put it on my cheeks. And I forgot to tell you, the blush did not lift up any of the product that I had underneath. It looks okay. I'm gonna get my blush brush and I'm just kind of gonna pounce it so that way everything is blended evenly together. I feel like if I have different makeup on, this might look a little bit better, but that is what it looks like. It's not bad. I'm trying to see if it lifted up any of my makeup, but no, it didn't. So that is what it looks like. It definitely looked more reflective when I seen it in person, like when I swatched it, even on my finger. So I don't know what that's about, but let me go ahead and do the other side. I'm kind of afraid. Should we try to put it like directly? Let's see. Let's put it directly and see what happens, and then we'll tap it with the brush. And then I'm putting it on the side where I had my dermal, but that's okay. Just gonna kind of go like this. Oh yeah, that actually looks better. I would go directly on the skin and then tap it with the brush, like something like this. This is the Sigma F08 brush, but I definitely think that looks really pretty. Let me go ahead and put some on the bridge of my nose and then my Cupid's bow. Okay guys, let's finish this look off with lips. For lips, I did get the lip definer pencil in the color number 2. I'll go ahead and give you guys the swatch so you guys can see what it looks like. That is what the packaging looks like. It's almost similar to the KAJAL eyeliners. Let me go ahead and swatch it. That is the color right there. I feel like that will go good with this look. And then I did pick up a POSH lipstick in the color Girl. Hopefully these two go good together. And then I will let you guys know there were other lip products that I could have picked up, but I just decided to pass on. This is with the packaging. This is really pretty packaging. And then you just lift it up. That is what it looks like. And then I'll swatch it next to the lip liner. So okay, that looks pretty good. I think I like the lipstick a little bit more. So let me go ahead and line my lips, and then we'll put this on top. I'm just gonna kind of speed this part up. Okay guys, and this is what the lip looks like. I actually really like this POSH lipstick in the color Girl. The lip liner, it wasn't my favorite. It was a little bit too hard to work with, and the color is a little bit too light, but I do like the lipstick. This is the final look. What do we think? Overall, I really do like the way it came out. It is very subtle. I'm gonna have to play with some of these products some more off camera. But yeah guys, I kind of like the way it looks. It's not my favorite, but it's not bad. I did forget to mention the other lip products that I didn't pick up was the POSH balm. I just thought I'm not gonna pick up a balm for $33. And then the POSH gloss, I am actually thinking about picking one of those up, so that I definitely will look out for. The Bitten lip tint I didn't get. Maybe I'll look at them to see. I don't know if I looked at them when I was in store, but we will see. And I think that is it for the products that I didn't pick up. But let me go ahead and give you guys my final thoughts before we wrap up today's video. So overall, I really didn't like a lot of the products, and that's unfortunate because this was pretty expensive. Let me go ahead and tell you the products that I absolutely love though in today's video. I definitely love the POSH lipstick. I could see myself getting another one, something more darker, but this color definitely goes with the eye look. And then I did like the Cheeky POSH blush in Playground. This was a really pretty blush as well. I'm gonna have to play with this some more with other products. And then I did like the bronzer. I feel like the bronzer definitely saved this look because the foundation and concealer were looking too ghostly for me. And then now that I see my eyes more, I do like this little eyeshadow it's so expensive, you know what I mean? So I do like the way it looks. You know, like I said, I do want to pick up the purple one, so we will see if I end up picking that. I'm trying to look for my mirror. It's right in front of me. But like I said, that was out of stock when I went to go look for it. I do wish this had a lighter shimmer in it, lighter than this one, so I could put in my brow bone and inner corner. I just felt like this wasn't light enough, so I did go in with the Rodeo Dry from OFRA Cosmetics in the inner corner and in my brow bone. But yeah, those are the products that I absolutely loved in today's video and I would recommend. But this is the final look. What do we think? Have you guys tried Victoria Beckham? I would definitely love to know in the comments down below. And what are your thoughts on the brand? I feel like it's very overpriced and overhyped. It's not my favorite, especially the foundation and the concealer. And now that I'm looking at it and it's had time to sit on my skin, I'm looking already kind of oily and it's kind of looking cakey right here on my chin. You're not going to be able to see it, but yeah, I don't love the foundation and the concealer. Everything else I could get by. And then the eyeliners, I think they're a little overhyped, but I will definitely get back to you guys on these products. But those are my first impression thoughts on this brand, Victoria Beckham Beauty. Let me know your thoughts down below. I would definitely love to hear from you. Let me give you one last reminder though. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love if you would subscribe. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.